Hi guys, and welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm going to be looking at my favourite synergies within the game. Obviously there's so many synergies to choose from, different combinations that you can do, and at the moment I'll tell you what I'm using for my questing team. This is the team that I'm taking into Act 4, and it's going quite well so far. It's not heavily upgraded team, not reaching higher ranks just yet. It's taking time to build up the tier 4 catalysts that I need in order to make them a bit more, a bit more stocky, a bit more meatier, give that bang in my performance. So this is the team. Starts off with Scarlet Witch. The next thing is, second down the line, is Spider-Man, a 5-star Spider-Man. And then is a Moon Knight. And then it's Miss Marvel, and then finally Black Widow. Now, all of them except for Spider-Man 5-star are awakened. What can I really say about this team? Well, it's lacking any kind of synergy makeup. It's just a team that's built for power. But I will talk about the other teams which I use for maybe less demanding kind of quests that require a good, well-rounded team using synergy. So let's go into them. This is one of the first synergy teams that I used. Obviously, it's an Avengers team. It's a quite simple one. It utilises all elements of buffs on certain things, like for example on the team. Obviously, teammates being the example there. Perfect block is hit up on Captain America and Iron Man's, which is kind of good because Iron Man's got shit armor. And also Captain America has like significant buffs to armor, which helps out obviously the utilization of the shield being a huge factor to that character. Where you get more bang for your buck is then adding more armor into Thor, and then again more into Iron Man, giving it padding perfect block and also the armor buff within there. Hulk gets a little bit of an extra buff, which is nice. So do you think about that when you're doing your questing teams, thinking, oh hang on, I don't have many 4-stars of the Avengers, why don't I then change that up and then maybe do that with 3-stars instead? Different people, different things. People with more higher players, higher characters even, will probably think, well, this is easy because I could do this quite easy with just 3-stars. Well, good for you, but there may be people that struggle with the game and can maybe looking at the 2-star aspect. Maybe they're still at 2-stars, and don't feel bad that you're at 2-stars. You're still on a learning curve with the game, so keep up the good work. But it's important to learn a little bit about synergies and makeup. If you've watched the films or any kind of film, it will give you a point of reference of who I should be matching synergies up. So let's go on to another one. On the topic of film, well, this is one of the most meatiest synergy teams you can probably get. Now, there's only one synergy block that has not been popped open to be blue. So that in itself is pretty darn impressive. So think about this. Think about the films. If you're not very good and you're looking at all these synergy charts going, oh, I can't be bothered, or you don't know where to find the calculator for the synergies, well, just think films. It's a good starting point. If you're new to the game and you want to do some more with synergies, think, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, I watched XMen, who works well with one another, and that's always a good way of starting off these new characters into the game. Some of them, obviously Groot has been added fairly recently into the game, so therefore logic dictates that it would go into the squad there. See, you can do a different variation where you put in Ronan, so let's just put him in now. But yes, you do gain, but at the same time Groot may be in a better kind of addition to that. But I throw it over to you guys with regards to that one, which you think would be better, a team with and Guardians of the Galaxy team with 4 of the actual Guardians and then 1 being the villain in Ronan, or with Groot and completing the 5. It is really perspective on what would you like to play with. Groot in itself gets significant buffs in certain areas, so we've got perfect block, general armor buff, and then special 3 damage with Ronan, not Ronan, with Rocket Raccoon being on the shoulder of Groot as he's firing, Rocket Raccoon's firing the gun. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. This team is so meaty. It's unbelievable. Some people have said that this may be a good Realm of Legends team. Again, on the fence with that one, because if you say that one team is good, you'll get a million people in the comments going, that's not right, it's actually a different type of one, Magneto team, oh no, it's Doctor Strange. Yeah, whatever, it's perspective on what you find to be good within the game, how you play, your playing style. It's your own thing. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Try things out for yourself. Other people's opinions may not be your own, so there you go. Let's go on to another Synergy team. So up until very recently, I've been using this Synergy team, which I refer to as the Oddballs. It's kind of a team strengthened around Moon Knight being the lead character. Now, it's not perfect, it's not amazing, but it was a Synergy team nonetheless, and I was taking it in to do Act 4 stuff. But now that I've got more heavily duped characters, I've found that it wasn't as powerful as I would hoped. Especially going in against, you know, higher ranks. Deadpool X-Force isn't cutting it, Luke Cage isn't cutting it, and neither is Iron Patriot. So then I had to change it, and it then obviously was replaced by Black Widow, Miss Marvel, Scarlet Witch, to name them. I am a little bit annoyed with Kabam for taking out the 5 versus 5 arenas, because it made players able to utilise synergies more, and I think that made them more deadly, but also made it a bit more kind of creative. Obviously the earning potential was kind of a little bit more easier to do, but also was a little bit challenging, which is kind of cool for arenas, because I have to grind them a lot, and obviously to get a lot of the stuff that I then do crystal openings with throughout the week. So this is the Oddball team that I've been running. It was effective. Yeah, it unlocks a very slim amount of synergies for the teams. Not particularly well rounded. However, certain aspects were essential. For example, giving Moon Knight plus 25% crit damage was something that I particularly enjoyed. Let's go on to another synergy. So this is another synergy team, obviously going back to what we were saying about think movies, and you'll get an idea of a synergy team potentially. Now this one in particular is not very well rounded. The mutant side of things is very difficult, and I wouldn't recommend taking a all mutant team into Quest. The reason being, if you reach Tex, you're not going to stand much of a chance. Wolverine may be able to do a bit more, and Colossus as well with certain immunities, but it's not going to be a well-rounded fight for yourself if you don't have kind of significant different types of classes in your synergy teams. So yeah, there are advantages in getting perfect block. They get armor buffs here and there. It's just a generic type synergy. The only difference is if you take Juggernaut and you add him in, you do lose a lot of synergies by replacing him with Magneto. But that's the thing, I really wouldn't recommend anything X-Men related as a synergy team because of the reasons of not having different types of classes. And you will find, especially going into, say, Act 4 and maybe the final parts of Act 3 and the final chapters, having a team like this is not going to help you in any kind of way. Onto the next synergy. Okay, so this little synergy team I call the anti-hero villain hero team. It's a odd made up piece of rubbish. Anyway, the facts are that unlocking elements of comic book history, you've got obviously teammates with Punisher. It all centers around Deadpool, by the way. You've got a little bit of rivalry with Spider-Man, but obviously the element is that him and Rhino have a backstory. And Wolverine has links with Deadpool. And yeah, there's all very kind of interesting links of villain, anti-villain, teammate. It's all messed up. But the elements that are there are the increased health and health regeneration for Deadpool, as well as some perfect block in there and some health buffs along the way with just a little splattering of crit rate. So it's a good, well-rounded team and can be effective when, say, using in I'd say lower questing, so maybe tier 3 Catalyst, or if you're just looking to try out a new synergy team, this one might be a good one for you. Let's go and have a look at another synergy. Right, so this is the final synergy team that occasionally I use, and it's got elements of X-Men meets Black Panther, and you got this kind of, like, again, talking about the films, when you look at X-Men references in Deadpool and Deadpool references in X-Men, as well as the fact that we've got links from Black Panther to Storm, obviously them being in a romance, and we may see this in the upcoming film about Black Panther, which be really cool. Now, the advantage is Iron Fist gets buffing to armor, which is really great for that character, coupled with the fact that it can armor break. When you're questing, it's more effective to use armor break, and the same thing goes with Black Panther with bleed, because the way that people are set up in arenas, more than likely the people that you're going to face off are going to have the masteries that they're going to start regenerating health, and it's going to be very, very disappointing when you don't get that win. So, looking at Black Panther, enemies obviously with Deadpool and romance there, so we get a boost on the power gain, we get a boost on the crit rate, and we get a final boost on the crit damage. So this is the thing I like about Black Panther, is that it's a very kind of well-rounded character. Actually, no, it's a character that's kind of built for striking and attack, which kind of speaks to what the character is. It's not a character for consideration and defense. It's all about offense, and that's amazing. I like that. That's pretty cool. When it comes to Deadpool, obviously I've put Wolverine in the team. You can change around with variations depending on what you want to unlock for different synergies. Having Wolverine in means there's a 4% buff to health, which is cool. Wolverine himself doesn't get anything, which is a bit of a disappointment. But there you go. I don't know if Caban would ever consider putting in some more kind of links and synergies, but I suppose if they did that, there would be literally anyone would be able to be linked via comic books, because there's been so many and different alternate universes, so you could say in technicality everybody's linked together. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. These have been my favourite synergies, or synergies that I have enjoyed working with. Let me know in the comments below what's your favourite synergies, and I'd be quite interested to find out. People's combinations are quite cool. People will have the same ones they go to. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Take Thor's hammer, smash it down on that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye. Oh hello. Thank you for watching that video. Subscribe here. Watch my other material here. Get out of my bathroom, you dirty rotters.
Привет! До свидания. Subscribe to Rich the Man. Now where's my fucking money, bitch?